Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have another tutorial. We're going to be making sweet potato pies. You will need ground nutmeg, and I prefer to use only McCormick seasonings. You will need cinnamon, ground cinnamon. You will need lemon extract, and you will need vanilla extract. You will need, of course, sugar. Just regular sugar. You will need pie crust, frozen pie crust. I'm so mad because I usually get the Pillsbury kind, but they didn't have it, so I was mad. And then you will need small sweet potatoes. The smaller, the better. Try to get the small ones because the smaller they are, the sweeter they are. You will need 6. You need at least 3 to make 2 pies, and today I'm making 4. You will also be needing a can of carnation evaporated milk. One of them say like 2% milk or something, but not that can. It's gonna be this one. So we're gonna start by putting all the potatoes in a big bowl, and then we're gonna fill this pot with water, and then we're gonna go ahead and start basically bring these to a boil. Now the purpose of doing this is, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not about to peel no sweet potatoes because it's 10 times harder than peeling regular potatoes. And who got time for that? Tierra? No, she don't. So I I let it come to a boil and let them boil for about 2 minutes. Then I take them out and I put them in cold water, and then I go ahead and I start to peel them. Now, I don't know if you could tell in the video, but once you start peeling them, it kind of like the skin just peels right off. Like you barely, I don't know, it just sliced like butter because they're hot already. So this is the way I do it. Now, if you want to just peel them regular, you can also do that. But this is what works best for me, and it makes it 10 times easier. I don't have to do this with regular potatoes, but sweet potatoes are really tough. So that's what I usually do. So now I'm just taking all the skin off of the potatoes and I'm putting them in a bowl. Then I'm just going to cut the potatoes up into smaller pieces because it'll make them cook faster when you boil them. If you try to boil them whole, you're going to possibly try to go to blend it and then it's not soft enough to blend. So basically, just take my advice. It's better to just cut them up. Just cut them up. And then I put them back on the stove, start boiling. This part is optional. Now, while the potatoes is boiling, I'm going to take some aluminum foil sheets, and it already come like folded in 3 pieces. So I just take those 3 pieces and cut those. And then I take each individual piece and I kind of tear those in half. Now, what I'm going to do with these is put them on the pie crust, on the edge of the pie crust, because if you don't, then the pie crust is going to burn, and then you're going to have burnt little pies. So if you want the pie crust to kind of stay pretty, wrap it up in aluminum foil. So now I'm preheating my oven to 400 degrees. Okay, so I'm boiling them, and then right here, what I'm doing now is just checking them to see if they are soft enough to go ahead and start blending the pie filling. And they are not. So I'm going to put them back on the eye and let them continue to boil. Now, I say they boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to show you on the cutting board. This is what they should look like when you're ready to start like blending the pie filling. The potato should kind of easily fall apart a little bit. So then you're going to drain the water off of them, put them in a bowl, take the entire stick of butter, because like I said, I'm making 4 pies, and you put the butter in and you basically stir until the butter is melted. Now, one thing I'm going to tell y'all about my cooking, if you're on a diet or, you're watching your waistline, whatever, please, maybe my recipes is not for you, because I cook according to flavor and taste. I don't really go about counting calories and all that good stuff. So then it's time to add the sugar. So we're going to use 2 cups of sugar. that's the first cup, and then we're gonna go in with the second cup. Go ahead and put that sugar in there. I'm trying to clean it off the counter because I wasted some of the sugar. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and start stirring the sugar in. So when you're starting to stir the sugar in, you will start to see that first of all, the potatoes kind of start getting real mushy. Then you start seeing it getting a little looser, I guess you could say, because of the sugar being in it. You stir that. Then it is time to add 1/2 of a teaspoon of lemon extract and a full tablespoon of vanilla extract. Then we're gonna stir that in. Okay, we're gonna add 1/2 of the can of carnation, and then we're gonna stir that in just to get it to blend in real good. Then we are going to take the other half of the can. So you're gonna use the full can. You pour the rest of it in there, and then you just go ahead and start mixing that in. Basically, the more you mix here, the less you're gonna have to mix when it's time to go in with the hand mixer. So you mix this in real good. Then it's time to take your nutmeg, put your nutmeg. Now this, I can't tell you how much to put because it really just depends on your, the way you like things to taste. I love everything sweet, so I use a lot of nutmeg and I use a lot of cinnamon, but I use more cinnamon than I do nutmeg at all times. Mix that in. Then I'm gonna sit the pie filling to the side. I'm gonna take the pie crust out, and I am then going to take the the little strips of aluminum foil that we kind of tore up, I don't know, earlier. I'm going to take those pieces of aluminum foil and I'm going to put them on the very edge of the pies. And I am using 3 of those strips for each pie. So if you tear if you tear 2 sheets of the aluminum foil sheets, you should have just enough for 4 pies. So I don't know, you kind of got to do the math if you're going to make less or more, I don't know. But that's what I did. And I do that to all 4 pies. Then it's time to add the egg. I do want to say this. Taste the pie filling before you add the eggs. You need to know what it tastes like before you add the eggs. Once you add the eggs, that's it. It's a wrap. You stuck with whatever the pie crust tastes, the pie filling tastes like. There is no going back. So you want to make sure that you add the eggs when you're ready to hurry up and mix it and put it into the oven. Because if you don't, the eggs will start to cook because the pie crust is still hot enough to cook the eggs. And if the eggs start to cook, it's going to look like Chinese food. It's going to have those little strips of eggs in it. Trust me, I've done it before, been there, done that. So then I'm just going to go ahead and fill the pie crust. Now, you can stop right here. You really can. And just put them in the oven. But I'm sorry. I make things the way my grandma taught me to make it. And my grandma always put nutmeg and cinnamon on top of the actual pie. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It just make it taste better. And I do it. So I'm just adding a little bit more nutmeg and a little bit more cinnamon to the top of the pies. Once I get done doing that, then they ready to go in the oven because the oven should already be ready to go and preheated. I'm going to go ahead and throw them in the oven. I put 3 of the pies on the top rack and 1 of the pies on the bottom rack. And then voila, end result. Now, I'm not sure how good it looks on camera, but my pies be busting way better than them Patti LaBelle joints. I can tell you that much. If you don't believe me, go ahead and try it out and taste it and leave your comment. Let me know what you think. And please subscribe to my channel, guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.